you know, it's a deal that no matter what, when you're behind somebody, you could cut that corner and try to go in there straight. That's really taking away something from your competitor because, you know, obviously you're going to wreck and somebody's going to do it. But Tommy Archer had the right line, but he went ahead and stuck it in there, and that just wasn't going to work.
DJ Jones and Archer taking each other off to the side of the race course, and Sedgwick gained 2 spots. Your leader, the 16, Ron Hornaday Jr., still out in front. Joe Ruttman is second. We're scoring lap 43, 17 to go here at Heartland Park, and we'll be back on TNN. Back live at Heartland Park in Topeka, Kansas. Great to have you with us today on TNN. Walker Evans in the 20, the Dodge. Gentlemen, I think Walker's trying to find his way to the Baja today or something. He's been off the course a good bit. We're going to show you what happened here a moment ago, right before, while we were in commercial, actually. Walker has been all over the lot in truck number 20. Nice 360 on the race course there.
He had a good plan here. He was headed back on the racetrack, but it just didn't quite work out. So I'm going to try again.
Walker is a veteran, a great off-road racer. It's a treat to have him in the Supertruck series by Craftsman. I think he's maybe off because he doesn't see any boulders and trees and stuff there.
That's a good sample right there of no forward bite. The rear wheels was just spinning, but no, the truck wasn't going anywhere.
Walker in his Dodge, the truck number 20. He has been off the course a few times here today, and we're kidding him, but he's a great guy and a real asset to the series. Steve Portenga had looped it up there coming out of turn number 8, too, in the 83 truck, as we watch Walker work his way around the course, coming off turn 11. There's Portenga's 83
there
coffee
goes the
critic truck.
There went the leaders right there.
Yeah, leaders are coming back around to put another lap on the board. This will be lap 46, and it's still Hornaday and Ruttman running 1 and 2 as we watch Portenga get pointed in the right direction in truck number 83. Good battle here. If we could show you the battle for third, Todd Bodine still trying to hang on to that spot. Darrell Waltrip and Terry Labonte giving him everything he can possibly handle as the leaders are a good half a straightaway out in front.
I tell you, this place is really hard to pass. I mean, you know, I rode around there this morning because I didn't really know what the racetrack was all about. It's a tough place to get around, but it's real hard to pass because everybody, whether you can run 110 flat, if a guy can run a 112 flat, he can hold you up.
Not a lot of room on some of these corners.
I'm not so sure that Skinner is not quicker than these guys right here. He caught him in a hurry, but he just can't get by him. But we can't forget that's the best in the business right there. He's trying to get by.
Terry Labonte and Darrell Waltrip know how to make the truck pretty wide on a road course. As we go on board, Rick Pirelli, who ran up in the top 3 and 4 early on, he's scored back in 7th right now, but he's got a good seat to watch this. The 61 of Todd Bodine running 3rd, his first outing in a Supertruck for Roush Racing here, their inaugural into the series. Skinner back in 7th, dogging Terry Labonte hard as they come to that turn 8, 9, and 10 section here, the back end of the road course here at Heartland Park, Topeka. And Skinner really is working well.
And you got to remember, too, Skinner is like on cruise mode in a lot of ways because Richard Childress is on that radio going, that 984 truck is running 2nd. If you run where we're at, we're going to still probably keep the point lead. And that's what their main concern is, the points right now.
Whereas drivers like Terry Labonte and Darrell Waltrip are here to win.
That's it.
They haven't been pursuing the series full time, so the point issue is not important to them as much as it is to the drivers who are in the thick of the title chase like Hornaday and Skinner.
And not to take anything away from all the drivers are here to win, but the whole point is if you're doing it for the point deal, I mean, you know, you have to be a somewhat conservative. Richard Childress and them are going to make sure that they don't overstretch the motor, overwind it. They probably don't have a Revlin, or they got Revlin or chips in a little higher or lower than normal. You know, I think that's going to make sure that they finish the race. Tobey Butler's got something hanging on the back panel.
He went off course a moment ago. We're going to show you his spin as he comes up behind Tommy Archer and Portenga. Here's Butler, one truck. That looks like the Butch Miller truck. They got together going into the corner there.
Yeah, Butch got into him a little bit, or Tobey come down on him.
Butler had a good run going up in 9th with that truck that's off seriously on power. And a spin for, is that Scott Lagasse once again? It looks like it is. They are going to need new sheet metal fore and aft on that 24 when this thing is over with.
Scott has really had a tough day. And, you know, I told a lot of people coming out here that there he goes again. It's just the truck just not working very good for him at all. Because I know Scott is a great road racer. He runs 2nd last year at Watkins Glen in the Busch Grand National car. Just things aren't quite working out for him today.
What would cause that? I mean, obviously there's something wrong when a world-class driver, especially a great road racer, is backwards several times in a row. What would happen in a case like that?
I would say that the truck is probably is not handling good at all. It's either probably not, it's loose maybe getting in, it's not cutting the center of the corner. In the forward bite situation, it's so hard to drive a truck that's not getting good forward bite, and it's just had a rough day for him.
He could have a main problem, too, of wheel hop. He could definitely, being downshifting so early and actually slowing down so much with the transmission. We've got a heck of a race for the lead, and those two trucks are closer than they ever have been.
Rutman trying to track down Hornaday. We're not too far away from the 10 to go mark. Ralph Shaheen on pit road. What's the situation for Scott Lagasse right now?
Rick, he's had problems with the brakes locking up on him all weekend long, where he'd go down there not exactly smoking the brakes as he goes into the corner, but the wheels would lock up to a point where he had no control over the truck as he would dive into the turns, and he did loop it over the weekend in practice because of that very reason. So he could be having the same problem here this afternoon.
We watch Joe Rutman in second spot in the Mac Tools 84. Lagasse back on course. We understand there was a little contact here, perhaps involving P.J. Jones as well. P.J. right behind Lagasse there as they come out of that right-hand corner.
He was really lucky that another truck didn't get into him right there. It was right in the middle of a pretty good-sized pack.
Lagasse got it pointed in the right direction. Reed fired. Portenga went up on the curbing to get away from him there, and everybody able to continue.
One thing, Scott has spun a couple of times, and possibly he may have some flat spotted tires, and that could be causing a problem now that can't be corrected unless they change tires.
And the one thing about this truck division is you can't change tires unless they're flat.
Really?
And you can only change the flat one. That's one thing we have to realize, is these guys can't come in on a pit stop and put tires on it.
Can't decide that you're out of grip and
right.
you need to do so.
If you're out of grip, you have to have not just flat spotted tires, but tires they're flat. And that's one rule that NASCAR's made because they want to keep the price down.
P.J. Jones on pit road, this year's diehard #1 with not a great run today. We were looking for good things from this truck team today, but P.J. Jones not really in contention and has been off course a couple of times. We're going to send one of our boys down there to see just what's happened. P.J.'s taking the helmet off. Never a good sign. Glenn Jarrett is standing by. Glenn, what's the situation?
And a disgusted look on P.J.'s face. P.J., what happened?
Well, I think, it all started when I tried to go underneath Bliss. It was probably, my fault. I just got in there, and he just didn't get quite enough alongside of him, and we both spun, and that put us towards the rear. We were battling some traffic and earlier in the half, and we got stopped up in a car stop. Everybody was plugged up, and we hit 75 in the back, and I think it hurt the grill, and it's got the motor overheated. So, diehard team worked hard. We just don't have it this week.
I can see the temperature gauges, guys. The oil temperature gauge is pegged, and the water temperature gauge is in excess of 250.
The son of a legendary great, the son of Parnelli Jones, former IMSA champ P.J. Jones, his bid to win today at Heartland Park will not work out for him. We're going to be back here at Heartland Park in just a moment.